Create invoice. We will guide you through the steps to create an invoice. To start creating an invoice, go to the billing section and click on a Create Invoice. The following fields will appear. Select Client, choose the client for whom you want to create the invoice. File number, select the file number associated with the selected client. Invoice title, give your invoice a title that is descriptive enough for both you and your client to understand. Offline method, select whether you want to create an offline or online invoice. Payment method, choose the payment method for this invoice. Recurring payment, if you want to create a recurring invoice, select a yes, and enter the recurring period for your record only. Taxable, if the invoice is taxable, select yes. On hold, if you want to put this invoice on hold, select yes. Created, enter the date on which you created this invoice. Due date, enter the due date for payment of this invoice. In the Viewing Invoice Entries section, you can add items to the invoice. For each item, you will need to fill in the following fields. Invoice title, entry title, enter the name of the item. Amount of this item, enter the amount of the item. Description of this item, give a brief description of the item. You can also add a new item to the invoice by clicking on the Add New Item button. In the Invoice Notes section, you can enter any notes or comments related to the invoice. There are two types of notes. Our comment, this comment is for internal use only and will not be displayed on the final invoice. Invoice notes, this note will be displayed at the bottom of the invoice. You can use it to communicate any important information or policies to your client. Finally, when you're done filling out all the necessary fields, click on the Add Invoice button to submit your invoice. That's it. You have successfully created an invoice using ITland's CRM. You can also view all generated invoices by clicking the View Invoice button under the Billing tab.